Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to awaken something within you that has been lying dormant for too long. Too many people are waiting on blessings that they have already been given. They pray, they hope, they cry, yet they fail to realize that the power to manifest every blessing in their lives has already been placed within them. The challenge is not that you lack provision. The problem is that you have not assumed possession. The greatest challenge in life is not lack of opportunity, resources, or even the right connections. It is the failure to recognize that everything you desire has already been given to you in potential form. Too many people walk through life waiting for a breakthrough, waiting for a door to open, waiting for a sign that their blessing is on the way. But let me tell you something. The moment you assume the position of blessing, the moment you believe without doubt that what you seek is already yours, your entire world will begin to shift. Assumption is not wishful thinking. It is not hoping that something will happen one day in the future. Assumption is the deliberate and conscious act of stepping into the reality of your blessing before it materializes. It is acting, thinking, speaking, and moving as though you already possess what you desire. This is not arrogance. It is alignment. When you align your mind and spirit with the reality you seek, the physical world has no choice but to conform to what you have already established in your heart. Imagine a woman who has just found out she is pregnant. The baby is not visible and she cannot yet hold it in her hands, but she assumes the reality of motherhood. She begins preparing a room, buying clothes, and adjusting her life to accommodate the child she has not yet seen. Why? Because she knows without a doubt that the baby is already a reality inside of her. She does not wait until the birth to assume the role of a mother. She assumes it the moment she knows she is carrying life. In the same way, when you are believing for something, you cannot wait for physical evidence before assuming it is yours. You must carry the blessing in your spirit before it is birthed in your life. The problem with many people is that they live in a constant state of doubt. They pray for success but assume failure. They ask for open doors but assume rejection. They want love but assume loneliness. Your life will always follow the path of your dominant assumptions. If you assume defeat, you will subconsciously sabotage your own opportunities. If you assume struggle, you will repel abundance. But if you assume victory, you will begin to walk, speak, and act like someone who has already won, and life will have no choice but to reflect that truth. Back to you. Faith is not passive. It is not just waiting and hoping. Faith is active. It is the evidence of things not seen, the substance of things hoped for. That means faith takes shape before the physical manifestation. If you truly believe something is already yours, your actions will reflect that belief. You won't speak words of doubt. You will declare words of confidence. You won't hesitate to move. You will step forward boldly. You won't shrink back in fear. You will stand firm in the certainty that what you have assumed is already a reality. The greatest manifestations happen for those who refuse to wait for permission from the physical world. They assume success before anyone recognizes them. They assume wealth before they see the money. They assume healing before they feel the symptoms change. And because they have already become what they believe, their world must eventually mirror that belief. My question to you today is this: what are you assuming about your life? Are you assuming success, abundance, joy, and favor, or are you assuming lack, struggle, and hardship? The choice is yours. The moment you decide to assume your blessing, everything will begin to shift in your favor. So stop waiting, assume the reality of your victory, and walk in it today. The greatest challenge people face is not the absence of opportunities, but the failure to recognize that everything they desire is already available to them in potential form. Too often, individuals wait for the right moment, the right circumstances, or the right people to validate their dreams. But the truth is, the moment you assume the position of your blessing, the moment you fully believe without wavering that what you seek is already yours, the very fabric of reality begins to shift in your favor. Assumption is not mere wishful thinking or hoping that something will happen in the distant future. It is a conscious act of stepping into the reality of your desires as though they already exist. When you assume your blessing, you align your mind, spirit, and actions with that reality. And the assumption is not mere wishful thinking or hoping that something will happen in the distant future. It is a conscious act of stepping into the reality of your desires as though they already exist. When you assume your blessing, you align your mind, spirit, and actions with that reality, and the world begins to conform to your belief. Think about a person who is preparing to move into a new house. Before they even set foot inside, they start buying furniture, planning decorations, and envisioning their new life in that space. They do not wait until they have physically moved in to start behaving like a resident. They assume ownership in advance. This is how the power of assumption works. When you assume a blessing, you prepare for it as if it is already done. The problem many people face is that they allow doubt to shape their expectations. They pray for success but assume failure. They ask for healing but assume sickness. They seek love but assume rejection. Your life is simply a reflection of your dominant assumptions. If you expect defeat, life will present you with obstacles that confirm your belief. But if you assume victory even before you see the evidence, your thoughts, words, and actions will begin to align with success, drawing it toward you like a magnet. Faith is not passive. It is not about waiting idly for things to change. Faith is the active demonstration of belief. It is stepping out before you see the result. It is making decisions based on the conviction that what you have assumed is already real. The world does not give you what you wish for. It gives you what you have already become in your mind and spirit. The key to manifesting your blessings lies in assuming the position of what you desire before you see it materialize. One of the most powerful truths in life is that nothing external can override what you have already accepted as true within yourself. The circumstances around you may suggest that you are not qualified, that you are not ready, or that the opportunity is out of reach. But assumption is the process of rejecting those limiting beliefs and standing firm in the reality of your blessing. A person who assumes their success does not wait for permission from the world. They carry themselves as though they have already won. They prepare for opportunities before they arrive. They speak with confidence, act with certainty, and move forward without hesitation. This principle applies to every area of life. If you want financial abundance, you must assume the mindset of wealth before you see the money. If you desire a strong relationship, you must assume the role of a loving, committed partner before that person arrives. If you want success in your career, you must assume the posture of a leader before anyone gives you the title. Life does not respond to hesitation. It responds to bold assumption. The question you must ask yourself today is this: what have you been assuming about your life? Have you been assuming success, growth, and favor? Or have you been assuming struggle, failure, and hardship? Your reality will always be a reflection of what you accept as true. The moment you shift your assumptions and fully embrace the reality of your blessing, everything around you will begin to change. You don't have to wait another day. Assume the position of victory and watch your world transform before your eyes. Everything you desire in life is already available to you, but the key to receiving it lies in your ability to assume it as already yours. Too often, people wait for external confirmation before believing in their success. They wait for opportunities to show up, for circumstances to change, or for someone else to validate their dreams. But assumption is not about waiting. It is about stepping into the reality of your blessing before it manifests. The moment you assume something to be true, your mind, your actions, and even the universe begin to rearrange themselves to align with that belief. Your mind is the womb of your future. Every thought you dwell on, every belief you hold, and every assumption you make is shaping the life you will live. Think of a farmer planting seeds. He does not wait for the harvest before preparing his barns. He assumes that the moment he plants the seeds, many people pray for breakthroughs but continue to assume struggle. They ask for financial increase but assume poverty. They seek love but assume rejection. What they fail to realize is that assumption is more powerful than intention. You do not get what you wish for, you get what you expect. If you expect doors to open, they will open. If you expect opposition, you will unconsciously attract obstacles. Your dominant assumption will always become your reality. Faith is not just believing, it is acting as if what you desire is already done. Too many people are waiting to see proof before they move, but faith requires movement before the proof appears. When you assume something as true, your behavior changes to match that assumption. A person who assumes success does not walk with hesitation. They speak with confidence, they prepare for opportunities, and they carry themselves with the authority of someone who already possesses what they desire. Think about an architect who designs a building. Long before the foundation is laid, the structure exists in their mind. They assume its completion before a single brick is placed. They create blueprints, gather materials, and make preparations based on the certainty that the building is already a reality. In the same way, you must build your life on the foundation of assumption. Do not wait until you see physical evidence. Begin preparing, positioning, and acting as though what you desire is already yours. The world responds to confidence, not hesitation. If you doubt your own success, others will doubt it too. But when you assume victory, when you walk in the certainty that your blessing is already in motion, you will find that doors begin to open effortlessly. People will be drawn to your energy, opportunities will present themselves, and situations will unfold in ways that confirm what you have already believed. The difference between those who manifest their dreams and those who don't is not luck. It is the ability to assume the position of success long before it arrives. The question you must ask yourself is this: what have you been assuming about your life? Have you been assuming abundance, favor, and victory? Or have you been assuming struggle, delay, and hardship? Your reality is simply a reflection of what you have accepted as true. If you want to change your life, you must first change your assumptions. The moment you shift your mind and fully embrace the reality of your blessing, everything around you will begin to transform. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to wait for evidence. Assume the position of victory, act as if it is already done, and watch as your world aligns with the power of your belief. My friends, you have been given a gift greater than you realize. You are not waiting on a miracle. You are the miracle. The only thing standing between you and the manifestation of your blessing is the assumption of its reality. So today I challenge you. Assume the position of success. Assume the position of healing. Assume the position of favor. Walk as though it is already done, and watch how your world aligns with the power of your faith. Thank you. This speech embodies the powerful and practical wisdom often found in Dr. Miles Monroe's style, with a strong emphasis on kingdom principles, faith, and action. Let me know if you'd like any refinements.